This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rashni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipati, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajini. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lakshmipati. I will be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Dr. Sheshagiri Gubbi, the co-founder of Siri Samashti Krushi Private Limited, Koppal, Karnataka. Dr. Sheshagiri Gubbi will be speaking on the topic Sustainable Way for Doubling the Farmers' Returns. I now request the speaker to begin.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
Thank you very
afternoon,
much.
sir. On the camera, please.
Am I audible?
You are audible, but your camera is off.
Should I share what is said? My video, I am visible to myself, but there is one share.
Rajini?
Should I share it?
The camera is
now?
yes.
Now we can.
You can see
Now
the
we can
camera. You are logging.
Yeah.
But is not,
So
the
now,
angle is different, no?
Yeah.
No, you can tilt
Dr.
the
Sheshagiri, can you just tilt the camera?
Is a mobile, no?
You're on connected on mobile?
Yeah. I am connected on mobile.
Then you
And
have to just rotate it.
Myself on the screen. And there was one share. So that also I have shared. There was no need.
Yeah, we can see
No,
you,
you
but
are
we can see you, but
you please tilt the mobile, that is all. Change the angle of the mobile. If it is horizontal, please make it vertical.
That is what you are doing.
yeah, now fine.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Please
okay
go
now?
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
I don't know how many of today's participants were there in my first talk during September. Today itself, agricultureinformation.com shared my last presentation also. I was just going through it. And a lot of interlinking is there on my last topic and today's topic. Just to review the situation, I would like to take up one reality picture. I would like to present before you a reality picture. Because here we are talking today about farmers' returns. Okay. So then we are very much talking about the viability of the farm economics. Last time also I had presented an ecosystem wherein the rice is being cultivated in Tungabhadra river area. And mainly I focused on the ecosystem, how much the present day farming, that to intensive farming like rice crop is happening with respect to soil health as well as air pollution and water pollution. Ultimately, whether the farmer is happy with respect to his health or the consumers are very much happy, and what is the status of our today's rice, its quality in the international market, as it has been banned, rejected in the international market since about 20-25 years from Gulf countries as well as European countries. And especially recently, there was a video by Sadhguru that why the Americans do not eat Indian rice and they get it from Thailand and other places. So all these questions are there. So these are all connected if we want to double the farmers' income. in this particular ecosystem itself. Now I would like to talk on the economic system of the same community of rice growers. Here, I have interacted with many such families because uh, my farming systems, last presentation I had presented it as beyond responsible farming. Anybody remembers? Can somebody interact with me? What were the key features of beyond responsible farming? You may
Participants?
unmute your mic and just say
Yes,
one
yes.
or two key features.
Yeah, Mr. Brito must be remembering it. Mr. Brito? Yes, he remember, no?
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, I think you mentioned about this post-harvest technology improving the quality of the crops and diversifying to other crops. These are some of the points I remember, but I'm not very. I would have definitely noted it, but I don't remember the other things. Sorry, but it was interesting. I
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
yeah.
The thing is, basically, my point was if we can focus on the soil health and quality food production, these two are again interlinked. So that kind of a farming system I have been promoting in rural areas. So there is a group of farmers, especially those who know the Tungabhadra rice belt. There is a place called Sindhanuru. Sindhanuru, Karatigi, Manvi, Gangavati. These are all the key places from where the rice is being produced and sent all across the country. And it is typically known as Gangavati Ra rice. And the Sona Masuri is the most popular variety. In this situation, the farmers have gone so deep into a credit-based system that uh, everything is made available to them with respect to purchase of a property, construction of a house, interiors, children's marriage, and then other family functions. So all these things they are running just based on the credit system only. The credit is given because a person is cultivating not less than 100 acres because that is a parameter how many acres he is doing. Based on that, the social status is recognized, and based on his social status, the credits are given. Just to not to achieve the real asset value, but just to achieve that social status, so that their and children's and next generation becomes comfortable to run a comfortable life with a good house, vehicle, and just running costs and everything, and also a status in the society. So ultimately, these big farmers whom I have met, so they were telling me why they cannot adapt my farming technologies, wherein all my farm inputs are sold on cash for myself. I need to pay to my company, my factory, and then only the inputs are released in my name for my own farm. So such a kind of 100% cash-based system, they cannot adopt. They can adopt only for maybe for if they are cultivating 120 acres, maximum 10 acres they can adopt my technology and they can pay in cash. That too with a lot of difficulty because they do not have that habit at all. And ultimately, when they are totally under credit system, not only the farmer, but who has given credit to them at different stages of the crop growth or for the social ceremonies, they will be very much keen when Krishna Reddy is going to harvest. So, those who have given the credit, they will be the first attendants in the on the farm when it is being loaded on the truck. So that is how ultimately what they are telling is, if my income in that particular season is just balancing my credit value, or at least maybe 70% of it, then I am assured that next season I am going to get a credit. That is the satisfaction level. So this is the situation actually the farmers are going through. If we are talking about doubling the farmers' income, so how satisfactory it would be ultimately to bring the farmers out of this situation, and from where we need to start, what are the real parameters, how we need to get into. So this is one situation. And the other situation, they are hungry of money, and each season they are going to invest more and more on the crop productions. This year, if they have put, I'm just taking a small example. These are all already known to everybody, but even then, I'm just talking uh, the same issue because it is very important to understand why the farmers have reached such a stage. As a scientist, I know that because he applied 8 bags of chemical fertilizers 2 years back, it was 2 bags extra. I'm taking just an example. The plants can take up only 6 bags, 3 quintals, but where the other 2 bags have gone, it is going to get converted into unavailable form and gets fixed in the soil. That is going to interfere in the free movement of the nutrients in the coming season. And also it is going to interfere with the soil pH as well as the electric conductivity. All these issues are there. Like that, today he has come up to 12 bags right now, which is just double. Farmers are putting more than 12, but they are telling maximum 12. That is fine. So it is double. So then when they are increasing, keeping on increasing their cost by putting more and more plant nutrients, and many corporates, they are coming out with many products as inputs, especially very recently, since 5 years. I have been working on soil health since 10 years. But in the past 5 years, a lot of awareness has come with respect to the soil health, because otherwise they will not be able to take up the crop. That is the situation. In Sindhanuru and Manvi, the intensity of the problem is such that especially the Andhrites, intensive farmers, they are quitting these cities now, and they are going to new areas in southern part of Karnataka. So that is the situation, because the soil is not supporting the existing cropping system. So overall, the intensive application of the inputs is not only coming in the way of soil health, deteriorating the soil health, but it is increasing the economic risk of the farmer. Because it is very simple. If you are adding more and more chemical fertilizers as nutrients, then I will share you my success stories shortly. But to just summarize the existing situation, farmer situation. So by adding more and more chemical fertilizers, ultimately they are making the plants susceptible to the biotic and abiotic stress. The biotic and abiotic stress situations, I will tell you because I don't want to just waste the time. And during my sharing of my experiences in the last season, I would like to touch upon all these factors. This is the background. I am taking only one example, that is uprising Tungabhadra belt. Is there anything to be discussed or any questions from the audience at this point of time? Am I clear in what I wanted to make a point?
Participants, can anybody
Are
Yeah,
you
ask any
yeah,
clear
question?
about?
go. No, no issues. Go ahead, Dr. Gubbi.
Thank you,
Please
sir.
go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Now, this season, last year, there was a situation in Tungabhadra belt wherein our crops, in which we are working basically on the soil health through beyond responsible farming. My farmers were making minimum 15,000 rupees as a profit per acre. There is one famous personality in our area who is very popular in Karnataka and all across the globe where our Kannadigas are there, Mr. Gangavati Pranesh. So we had invited him to our farm, rice farm, just to spend a day uh, with the farmers. We also had invited the rice industry people, rice mill owners, chemical farmers. He was able to see both chemical farms as well as ours. He was asking the chemical farmers, when the organic farmer is getting 15,000 rupees per acre, you are commercial farmer, how much more you must be getting? So the chemical farmer said, this year we are making loss of 15,000 rupees per acre. This is where we are the owners of the land. But if I am not owning and the land is leased, extra 15,000 rupees I need to pay. Yeah, I need to pay from my pocket. So that will be around 30,000 rupees loss per acre. The intensive chemical farmer is making, and the organic farmer who is adopting the beyond responsible farming is making 15,000 rupees as a basic profit. I am telling profitability over the all expenses. This is the situation. Okay, so if they are doing about 120 acres, 20 acres will be owned for the rest of the 100 acres. So 30,000 rupees per annum per acre, and totally 37 to 38 lakhs rupees of loss in just 6 months, matter of 6 months. So they say they will recover in future. That's fine. This year, the last year, the major cause was fungal disease. And this season, now I will explain what happened. We have made a small presentation recently, which was uploaded on YouTube. If somebody is interested, all these links and informations will be shared by the today's organizer. So we made Beyond Day on 5th of December. In that presentation, the video is also shown. This year, what happened? There were continuous rains when the grains were mature in paddy systems. So you would have seen even hundreds of acres of paddy, the whole crop was fallen on the grounds due to rains and heavy winds. We have made drone shooting also. So that those video shots are there on our YouTube channel Beyond. So the thing is, not even a single plant in our Beyond farming systems, they were fallen. Not even a single plant was fallen. They were very much straight. Why it is happening? Because basically our focus was on the soil health. The root system was very, very strong. This is one point. The second thing is we are not applying any kind of weedicides. We are not applying any fungicides or bacterial sites, chemicals. This season we have applied chemical fertilizers, just 3 bags against the 12 bags. We have applied 3 bags of chemical fertilizers, and despite of all these things, the crop was excellent, and we harvested the highest yield levels in the entire area. This is with respect to the quantity, number of bags. And also the grain weight was almost 15% higher than the grain weight of the other chemical farmers. And also most of the grains were faulty in the other situation, chemical farming situation. So means this I would like to say this that last year it was biotic stress, and this year it is purely abiotic stress. Because in our farms the rainwater directly penetrates and it reaches the underground. But if you see, if you are able to visit the plots, not more than 4.5 inches, anything can get into the farm where the chemicals are used. So it is so such a concrete situation in the other farms, because they are using a lot of 2 times weedicides, and they are using 3 times chemical fertilizers. Especially after the third application, it becomes very hard. The soil becomes very hard. So this is the situation. So you can see just 2 days back only, all these things I make available on our website regularly on beyond.in, and also on our Facebook and WhatsApp status pages regularly. People must have seen whatever are our observations. The thing is, the whole village is able to see that this is the best quality. People are asking us. Now, I will come to a stage. 5 minutes. How many minutes I have, sir, for my talk? Another 5 minutes.
No, you
The
can
thing
go on.
is, I would like to summarize by.
No, you can go on for
Tell
another
me,
10
sir.
minutes also, no problem. You can
Sure,
go
sir.
on
Thank you so
for
much.
another 10 minutes also, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. The
Okay.
thing is, now I would like to, I have just briefed you the existing situation where we would like to create the farmer's income, where we would like to double. Double is just a magnitude, what is suggested by the policymakers. That is fine. So the thing is, if the policy is given and so many dimensions we need to just touch upon if we are really interested to make a change. If it is just a talk, that's fine. But if you really want to work, so what we have this last presentation I gave you on beyond responsible farming, and this particular presentation just to go uh, hand in hand with the topic which has been titled, which has been given by our organizers. The thing is, it is known as Beyond Splash. It is a purely business platform which is 100% oriented towards creating prosperity, basically to the farms, to the farmers, to the village community, and to the business entrepreneur, whoever is taking the risk and responsibility. Beyond Splash denotes, beyond is our brand name of the company we have been using, and it's a registered trademark. Beyond, Splash denotes solutions for plant and soil health. It is nothing but a center, a resource center in a village, small village, wherein it is going to do different functionalities. First would be production of the farm inputs, which are required for the sustainable farming systems, highlighted under beyond responsible farming. Like what we need is 60 to 70% of the farm inputs. We would like to do it in the form of a farm compost, biocompost. So that is very much necessary. We need to produce it, and we need to produce so many natural farming inputs like this Jivamrita, Ghanajivamrita, Panchagavya. There are so many other products we need to prepare. And also simultaneously as an agriculture biotechnologist and also a commercial entrepreneur, having worked with a big technology source in India, I also suggest if there are technology like soil health technologies, especially with respect to microwave consortia technologies available. So we need to adapt all these things, and Beyond has optimized protocols for the field crops as well as for the plantation crops with respect to soil health management, with respect to nutrient management, with respect to this stress management, abiotic or biotic stress, both within the soil as well as above the soil. So all these situations, basically taking a few examples, we have already set in the recipe. What we do through Beyond Splash is in an ecosystem. Basically, here also I would like to present you typically the rice model. Initially, once the production of inputs is ready or it is supplied initially from my center in Koppal, North Karnataka, uh, it is a typical franchisee system, expansion system, which attracts the entrepreneurs who are very much interested in our concept building and also who would like to work independently overall. In this situation, we also supply the technology, we also give them the concept. We will supply the inputs initially for maybe 2 years, and later we will make them independent to produce most of the farm inputs. That is first stage. Second stage is simultaneously we are going to set up about 5 acres in each crop as a model farm. Third would be commercial production of those crops so that we also procure them back and we add value through processing, packaging, and we are going to market it. Because if you have the holistic approach, then only there is money. You can double your income as well as you can double the farmer's income. Because if whole whatever the money is going outside the village with respect to purchase of farm inputs, so that is blocked one side, and the farm produce was taken outside basically, but here it is also taken within the village, and people are getting employment. We are going to set up the processing units and we are going to set up the packaging units. We are branding them and we are marketing. All my examples are available, especially on our website, what we have been doing with respect to rice, just as a model crop. Now, I welcome all the today's listeners as well as those who listen in future through the recorded presentations in future, that if somebody is interested to start a beyond splash center, resource center, because we also have an outlet, because the farmers are going to agro dealers, agro shops, because they get a lot of solutions there. And that itself is the root cause of all degradation of the soil health and degradation of the farmers' income. So now if we want to double the farmers' income, this is an integrated approach that we should get shifted to sustainable farming systems. And second thing is, we are going to increase the yield levels and the quality of the produce. Third one is, post harvest we ourselves are going to handle the produce and we are marketing it. All these examples are available on our website. So, if somebody is interested to open a Beyond Splash Center in their areas, depending on the potential of that particular location and also the priorities of the entrepreneur, we would like to associate in future. So this is an expandable model, very reproducible model, which is given as a message to the whole country. Already there are opportunities to beyond, flowing from West Bengal, Tripura, Northeast, and Punjab, Haryana, and also many rice growing districts of Karnataka. So basically, our plan is adapt all these technologies for the sustainability and to show them, because we have achieved the doubling of farmers' income already through our approaches. Because just keep on telling the theoretically doesn't suit well. We can just uh, get into work in one or two news areas, because Beyond has already committed to open 5 more centers in Tungabhadra itself, because the center of origin of all our Beyond concepts is Tungabhadra. We would like to very soon open another 5 splash centers in Tungabhadra belt, so that at least 1% of the total production area, rice production area, is under Beyond. That itself is about not less than 100 crores worth business to us. Maybe we achieve in 2 years or 5 years, and a lot of the investors also are showing interest towards our company. Means that shows the uh, economic value or the strength of the company concept as well as the achievements. So at this point of time, I really uh, express my gratitude to agriinformation.com, because the team is very much enthusiastic to constantly be in touch with the speaker and especially the moderator, and especially yesterday Mr. Rajani called me because I had a few inquiries, just get means some clarifications I needed. So I thank each and everyone among the organizers, and I presented you my way of approach, but directly when we start working, all the approaches could be highlighted, and somewhere let us get into the action. This is my invitation to all of you. And now I stop here, and I would like to take a few questions. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sheshagiri Gubbi, for an excellent talk. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now over to the participants for questions. Participants, please indicate your willingness by putting on your mic. The first question could be from, who would like to ask the first question, please? Mr. Anantram, you have any question? Mr. Anantram? Okay, all right. Let me go to Mr. Nayan Mahanti. Mr. Nayan Mahanti, you have any questions? Okay, next Mr. Move on to Mr. Sudhiranjan Mandal. Mr. Sudhiranjan Mandal, looks like the talk has been so comprehensive. No questions are coming up. Maybe even questions coming up later after the meeting also could be directed to the speaker whose contact details have been given in the chat window. Now let's ask Mr. Joseph Brito if he has got any questions. Is Mr. Joseph Brito?
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati.
You're welcome.
Dr. Gubbi, you were talking about mainly only rice paddy, but this is actually it's only in certain pockets that it is being grown. What about other crops? Any such models have been made, plantation crops
Yeah,
or any other vegetable crops?
yeah, yeah, very much. What we have done, I would like to share one plantation crop that is also king of plantation crops, especially with respect to consumption of chemicals, grapes. What happened? There is a farm near Jamkhandi in Bagipur district, wherein since 5 years we have been working on this beyond responsible farming systems. And this year, with respect to the biotic stress, especially the downy mildew was horrible last 15 days. So, in this situation, most of the farms under the chemical systems, so there is damage up to 70 to 100%. And in our farm, the damage is there definitely. And it is about 30%. Damage is about 30%. This is one with respect to the situations. Means ultimately we are able to harvest something. So that is the situation. In Koppal district also there are places wherein the grapes is grown. I have visited and almost 100% the crop has gone in most of the places due to this abiotic stress, heavy rains under this situation. So the thing is, the success is in early adaptation of the sustainable models, and moreover, the quality of the produce is so high that we sell our grapes at 500 rupees a kg in Bangalore city. And now onwards, we start getting the inquiries from our earlier consumers that are we going to get this season? Because 2 seasons we could not reach Bangalore due to corona restrictions. So that is why we are already getting emails and inquiries that this year, hopefully, they are going to get our grapes. So they are so tasty. And that is one. The second way is last 2 seasons, since we could not get the big cities, we immediately we went for resin making without any chemical processing. So there, the cost on chemical processing is also saved, and the price of our resins, you can see our online marketing also, it is 4 times higher than what is available in the market. Those who have tasted our resin, so they have really liked and they're paying for it and they're purchasing. And this is one model for grapes. Second thing, I just skipped because this mango story last time I had presented. So that is why I just skipped. And now the season has started, the real mango situation. In mango itself, it is such a successful system to enhance the farmer's income in the farm which we have been working since 3 years, this 4th year. When the farmer used to get 30,000 or maximum 70,000 rupees from a contractor, now it is 1 not less than 2 lakhs rupees total income, in which we are going to take our share and also we are going to give them uh, the farmer's share. Basically, the farmer's family itself is involved with us in primary processing and secondary processing, lot of packaging and washing, yeah, so farm management practices. So that is why we give almost 75 to 80% of the total income to the farmers themselves. And in the entire process, whether it is mango or whether it is grapes, it is a challenge. Really, I should accept, because last week there were calls from Nashik that this is such a challenging situation. How are you managing? There was a call. So then we said this time we are applying our organics pesticides, biopesticides, once in 3 days. It is highly frequent for us. That is what my farmers told. Then the Nashik farmers were telling, per day we are applying 3 times. That was the situation, intensity of the problem. So overall, the situation is we are able to make more and more money even among the plantation crops. This is one situation. The other situation, how we started with zero and we have achieved doubling the farmer's income, because doubling the farmer's income is not our concept actually. Basically, it is soil health and the quality farm produce. That is the basic principle of beyond responsible farming. What we have done is there are farmers who are basically the dryland farmers. You also should know the loss, at least in dryland farming situation, would be very less, or it is in a frequency in a long term situation. In that situation, when beyond responsible farming is working, so how we work with the dryland farmers? Basically, we give them the millet seed, and once they are producing, we don't want them to go for crops like corn, which are heavy demanding. Because if suddenly, if it rains well, suddenly he puts urea and DAP, and then the crop is taken up, but ultimately the soil health is degraded. We basically ask the farmer to go for millets and red gram in the first 2 seasons, 2 years, and then by just outsourcing water in the summer season, we ask him to go for groundnut as a summer crop. And if he is satisfied that this system is going to work, many of them they have gone for digging a borewell and becoming independent, and now they are growing red chilies. So red chilies also they are adapting our sustainable farming system, that is beyond responsible farming. The damage to the crop under such severe rain situation also, it is far better with respect to virus, with respect to sucking pests, as well as the fungal attack, especially to the uh, fruits. So there it is on the farm right now. So I would like to give another session when the red chilies are harvested, because red chilies is such a crop which is also under very much a threat. Okay, so you were asking me to just brief about the other ecosystems also. Like this, it is a marathon, especially when you are working under different situations. I just took rice as a model. Thank you very much for asking this question on behalf of all the audience. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your explanation. See,
Are you
this year,
satisfied?
y-
Yeah.
yeah, but this year, even coffee has suffered a lot because
Huh.
right from the month of October and and even November and even December, there was heavy rainfall. So the loss is both in terms of drop as well as in terms
Which
of the plant itself getting totally, you can say, diseased. You know,
which
so
district you are talking about specifically?
Chikmagalur, Mudigere area or
Chikmagalur.
Mallandur area, yeah,
Yeah.
in those areas. But few farmers, one or two of my friends who were growing under organic farming, they have not lost that much because they have not wasted on fertilizers. One thing. Secondly, the roots have withstood, and even the crop berry drop is not so much in those cases. Yeah. So, is there
So you
any
say
such?
the situation in organic is better or worst?
It is. It is better. It is better in
It
the
is better.
sense. See, they have not spent X amount of money. They have not spent that much money on pest management. So, apart from that, even the drop is not that much, and they can salvage something. Yeah. So
Yeah,
this sort
you
of
are
thing
right.
has been. This is happening even for other crops, like even you could say in when there is a hard, what do you call, cyclone and things like that. And if you see the coconut plantations which have been using organic inputs, they are salvaged. You might have heard of this Magic Grow or Mr. X solution, which has got all 17, 18 inputs, 17, 18 nutrients. When such a uh, liquid is used on the crop, especially on coconuts, they found that the damage was almost insignificant. Yeah. Because the roots can withstand all that stress and strain. Basically, the
Yeah.
roots and the soil also becomes very sort of it can withstand the excess water to a large extent. Yeah,
One inquiry has come to us that we
yeah,
should work together in arecanut area because a lot of physiological disorders are there. So when we enter into such ecosystem, so definitely I think it may not be far once when we start working on coffee and other such crops also,
yeah,
especially because here for rich men like coffee growers, arecanut growers. For them, it is actually a long-term project, like 5 years or 10 years. We need to associate and start working. Just doubling the farm income, they do not believe uh, such
yeah.
concepts.
True, true, true.
But
And
ultimately,
actually, now the coffee
a
growers are
healthy
no
crop.
more. Yeah, yeah. Very true, very true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
now the coffee growers
So
are no more
ultimately,
rich.
sir, we are means I just wanted to attract if there are some policy makers also who can listen to
Yeah,
this particular presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
please.
yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Sudhiranjan Mandal, you have any question? Mr. Sudhiranjan Mandal. What about Mr. Suraj Sebastian?
Good evening,
Is
sir.
Vachana?
Sheshagiri, sir.
Yes, please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sir, I want to know which is broadly the area of operation we are talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Please ask it again.
Which is the area of operations we are talking about? Is it Northwest Karnataka?
Ha. It is basically Tungabhadra. Actually, it starts from Shivamogga, as you know, and ultimately the this Tungabhadra dam is constructed near Koppal, near Hospet, Munirabad, and it runs across uh, Koppal then Ballari, Raichur, as well as some part of Yadgir district, 4 districts on one side in Karnataka. We have not touched Andhra side, and I have gone up to Manvi right now, Manvi, Kallur in Raichur district. So I am talking to you with respect to Koppal district, Ballari district, and Raichur district. We have covered about 150 acres in rice.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Total acreage is about 10 lakh acres.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions, participants? Any more? Any more questions? All right. I think we seem to have come to the end of the session. It's time to thank the speaker, Dr. Sheshagiri Gubbi, on behalf of Agriculture Information, for taking his time to speak with us with an interesting talk. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajini Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you. Mr. Raju seems to be having a question. Mr. Raju, your mic is on. You want to ask anything? Mr.
Myself,
Raju? No, Mr. Raju, his mic is on. Anyway, it's okay. I request the organizer to close the meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I like to thank the speaker, Dr. Sheshagiri Gubbi, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you.
thank you.